This podcast is a proud member of the UUOP Network.
Welcome aboard the Portkey Passport, with service to magical destinations around the world. Please fasten your seatbelt, put your seat in whatever position you prefer, and set electronic devices to subscribe. If you are seated in an exit row, no one cares. Please ensure young children are securely elsewhere. Hosts, please prepare for takeoff.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion episode of the Portkey Passport. I'm your host, your ghost host, Jack. With me, I have fellow haunters Brittney,
Hello.
Tionni,
Boo.
April, and Nicole.
Hello.
Be sure to bring your death certificate and join us as we discuss all things Haunted Mansion, the lore, the secrets, and the most famous of the 999 inhabitants. But there's always room for one more. Could it be you? If you do decide to join us, final arrangements can be made at the end of the podcast. Right, so let's start with when you come into the actual Haunted Mansion. Now, I'm going to warn everybody listening before they get upset that there are several lores out there. There are lores for different mansions around the world, different time periods. There's movies, there's comic books. So we kind of just stuck with Walt Disney World, and we're kind of just going by which lures we actually like the most. So just a warning before anybody gets upset and thinks that we're wrong about something.
And if you do get
Anyways,
upset, it's just a podcast.
yeah, it's
Don't
just
be
a
upset.
podcast. We're having fun. Everyone loves Haunted Mansion. Go by the lore you like to go by. It can be different for anybody. It's your own interpretation. But here's mine. Now, when you first enter, you come across the portrait of the owner, who is Master Gracie. You'll notice that his portrait eerily dissolves into a skeleton. Now, on his grave outside of the mansion, it states, Master Gracie, lay to rest, no mourning, please, at his request. Now, the one story I found that I really liked, I'm going to go by that lore, okay? After losing his beloved wife, Eleanor, Gracie hired Madame Leota to perform regular seances at the mansion to try to contact her spirit with no avail. But during this, he managed to bring in hundreds of ghosts into the mansion.
Oops.
So that would explain why we have 999 ghosts just running around. And then quickly after that, as you may or may not know, they kind of shuffle you all into the next room, which is the infamous stretching room, where the famous line is, this room stretching, or is it just your imagination? Spoiler alert, it's actually stretching. Now, if you've been there, you will notice that there are 4 portraits on the wall, and they stretch along with the room. In the first portrait, we have the tightrope walker. Now, according to lore, her name is Sally Slater. And we know this because one of the ghosts was a poet. Her name is Prudence Prock. And in one of her poems, she has a line that reads, in the swamp, poor Sally Slater was eaten by an alligator. Now, in the second portrait, we have the Black Widow. And it is the old woman widow with the rose sitting on the grave. And as we know, she is the bride, Constance Hatchaway. And she
Hey. She's my favorite. Sorry, she's my
yeah,
favorite.
you may hear about her later from one of her biggest fans, so we'll see. Now, she is sitting upon her fifth husband's grave, George Hightower. And if you look, you can see that there is a hatchet in his skull.
She has a problem.
And he
Yeah.
probably had it coming, okay?
He had it coming.
The fifth one, Brittney. The
Yeah, they
fifth
all
one had it
did.
coming.
They all did.
Maybe she needs to, the problem might be her, but
Nah.
we'll see. We'll see. That third portrait, as you go around, we have the Dynamite Gentleman. He was a wealthy diplomat. He is the Edward Gracie. He was in Burma, and he is the paternal uncle of Master Gracie. As the picture depicts, there's some dynamite there, so you can imagine how he passed away, which was during a revolutionary attack in Rangoon, where the embassy he was hiding in blew up. So that's,
dang.
That's a terrifying way to go.
That's unfortunate.
That does not sound fun.
And then we have some tea here. The last portrait, we got some, the three men that are just sinking into that quicksand. Well, apparently all three of those men are the illegitimate children of the Gracie family.
Oh.
But they decided to keep them as servants in the Haunted Mansion.
Oh my.
So
Wow.
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Wow, okay. Wow. Oh boy.
Well, okay.
Really, to add insult to injury, and you're going to be a servant.
Okay.
Right?
I'm surprised his last name isn't Snow. Anyway, first up on the top, we have Daniel Patterson. He is the half-brother of Master Gracie. In the middle there, we got another half-brother of Master Gracie. And that is apparently the illegitimate child of Master Gracie's father and you know who, Constance.
Girl.
So okay, she was trying to get that bag,
I mean, I
blame
can't
her?
be mad at her. I can't be mad.
And then on the bottom, we have Eddie Foster, who was Edward Gracie's son, his illegitimate child. Now, the reason they met their demise was Miss Madame Leota also had an illegitimate child with one of the Gracie family members.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, they should make a series out of this. This would be
Okay.
a good soap opera.
Like Peyton's Place for ghosts.
So Miss Little Leota, she tried seducing all three of them. And I'm like, aren't you kind of related? And so I don't know. Anyway, so all three of them rejected her, poor girl. So she tricked all three of them into getting trapped into the mansion's quicksand pit. As all mansions do have that crazy quicksand pit that you've got to be careful of and you got to avoid.
Yep.
Well, that's a whole new level of petty, and I'm here for it.
Okay. I feel like there's just like a whole thing going on. They could have like a crazy, just supernatural drama soap opera. I think it would be great.
I'm like, I'm sorry, did you reject me? How about some quicksand?
Okay. All three of you in the
Get in there.
quicksand now. Get in the quicksand. Well, after that, as you know, it is finally time to get on the actual ride part of the Haunted Mansion. But before we board our Doom Buggy, let's hear from April about the origins of the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland, where it all started.
Ooh.
April?
All right. So the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland, the exterior, the facade, was built right in the beginning years of Disneyland. However, it didn't actually open until 1969. This is for a few different reasons. One of the reasons is the two head Imagineers, Mark Davis and Claude Coates, were not agreeing if the mansion should be silly or scary. So in the end, they ended up doing both. The first half of the mansion is scary, under the direction of Claude Coates, and the second half of the mansion is Funny under the direction of Mark Davis. The project was also placed on hold for the World's Fair and the creation of Pirates of the Caribbean. To account for the long delay in opening, a sign was placed outside of the gates advertising the mansion as a retirement home for the ghosts and where to go to apply. So, when the mansion finally did open in 1969, it had taken over 10 years of work. However, opening day brought in the highest attendance since Disneyland's opening.
Wow.
Yeah. So, the Haunted Mansion was originally going to be a walk-through attraction. However, with the innovation at the World's Fair of the Omnimovers, it was decided that the ride would be, or that it would become a ride-through attraction. So we have the World's Fair to thank for that. So some other fun facts about the mansion is the stretching room in Disneyland is actually a necessity. It's an actual elevator that takes guests down, where guests then walk down a long hallway. And when they're walking through that long hallway, they're actually walking underneath the railroad tracks and under the berm to a show building, which resides outside of technically Disneyland proper.
Did not know that.
Yeah, that show building is what actually houses the rides. And the portraits in the stretching room are meant to be part of the funny. And then the end when the lightning crashes and, there's always my way. That part is supposed to be the scary part.
Quick question before you continue. Is the Hanging Man still at Disneyland, or did they take him away?
Well, I cannot answer that right now. Disneyland's Haunted Mansion went down for an extensive refurbishment, and when it went down at the end of Haunted Mansion Holiday, which is when that part happens during Haunted Mansion Holiday. It's a Jack Skellington, a big face of Jack Skellington. And when it reopened this year with Haunted Mansion Holiday. So we have not had the original Haunted Mansion for over a year. So
yeah, if anyone has not been to Disney World in a while, just know that when he says "There's always my way," the person who's hung himself, which they think is the ghost host, or they say is the ghost host, he is no longer there.
Yeah, now it's just a noose. I looked up yesterday.
Womp, womp, womp.
And I can kind of see both sides of that, but I'm just kind of like, I want him there.
I don't know. What's wrong with murder? Come on.
Come on, guys. Just a little bit of murder. Let's,
So I will
It's a
say,
haunted mansion. Get a grip.
Jack, I will say that when it went down for refurbishment, it was still there. We'll see what happened. Before it became Haunted Mansion Holiday.
I love that it's Jack Skellington, though. I'm so excited.
Oh my
we're
God.
going when it's going to be that. So
Yeah.
So looking forward to that trip, y'all.
Yeah, me too. So, unfortunately, Walt Disney passed away before the Haunted Mansion actually opened, so he did never see this project realized. The main Imagineers that worked on the project were Ken Anderson, he was the concept lead, Yale Gracie, who was an animator and a magician, and he was the one who had the idea to use the Pepper's Ghost effect, which I believe we will hear more about in a little bit. Raleigh Crump was an animator. Mark Davis was an art director. Claude Coates was an art director. And Atencio was the person who came up with the music for Grim Grinning Ghosts. Leota Toombs was an Imagineer. And Paul Frees was an actor and the voice of the ghost host.
Nice.
The Hatbox Ghost, Alistair Crump, was originally in the Haunted Mansion for 1 week, but the effect did not work as planned, so it was removed until 2015 when it reappeared for Disneyland's 60th.
Wow, I always thought it was just always in there.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that they recently put it back. Wow.
1 week. So, and I believe it was added to Disney World in 2023, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, now that we're back to Walt Disney World, we are now going to enter our Doom buggy. And remember, don't put the bar down. The ghost host will put it down for you. As you're going through that first hall, there's plenty of paintings for you to look at, and there is a thunderstorm going on with lots of lightning. Now,
Wink.
that, if you didn't know, is where they're going to take your picture. So when you see that bright flash of lightning, they're taking your picture. The first major character we do encounter at Disney World is now that Hatbox Ghost. He appears by a glowing door near the endless hallway, accompanied by a cart of hat boxes, as well as leaving behind a set of wet footprints. And from what I understand, which I did not know, there was kind of a big controversy about the placement there. Anybody have any
I
feelings about that?
I have feelings about that.
Okay. Do
Just
tell, do tell.
because just because it seems so random of a placement. Like I feel like all of our other major characters have like a reason why they are at whatever place. And for the Hatbox Ghost, it's just kind of like he's like, "Hey, what's up? I'm here too." But like I
I
also don't think of a better place you could have put him.
Yeah, I'm just like they tried. I guess they put him in there to fill some space, and that was their best option without having to really do some construction.
Like I
Now,
enjoy having him there. Like I'm glad he's there. But at the same time it just feels a little like
Like they just
with
threw him in there just to say
Right.
yeah,
he's
just like
there.
we got to put him somewhere, so
now I got the opportunity to ride Haunted Mansion just yesterday, so it's
Yesterday
really
from the
That's
recording. Hey.
yay. So it's really fresh in my mind right now. And I will say that where your Hatbox Ghost is located, I did not get to see the illusion. It did not happen as I was
oh.
passing by him. It
Oh.
happened before me and it happened after me, but it did not happen. So like the placement is just odd in my opinion.
So you
Yes.
think you didn't see it because of the placement, or is it because of like where you were in the ride vehicle? Like in that.
I think it's the placement.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the Doom buggies are going a little too fast for
Well,
Yeah.
because his head goes into the hat box and back on top of his head every so often. And I noticed because me and Brittany did get stuck there the last time we were on
Yeah.
it. We were stuck there for a while, and I kind of was timing it in my head. I was like, "Oh, he just randomly does it, but it takes a while for him to do it. So there's probably plenty of people that miss his or his head going into the hat box."
well,
Mhm.
and the Doom Buggy's kind of doing a weird turn also right
Yeah,
there.
and it's right there
So
where it's let me out of here, let me out of
Let
right.
me
here,
out of here.
let me out of here.
Um, so I was kind of disappointed about that, but
Where
um
is he at Disneyland?
so at Disneyland, when you come out of the attic before you go down into the graveyard.
Oh, nice. So that
Oh.
theory of him being one of Constance's husbands might be
We're not there
true.
yet.
Well, we're at the Hatbox
I don't
Ghost
know.
now.
It might be. It might be. She had a lot.
So
She had a lot
we
going
might
on. All right.
be. I'm just making a little theory
So
here.
She had.
Just some.
he's in a very dark area, and I feel like the Doom Buggies are kind of slowing down because you're getting ready to go, you know,
Yeah.
down. Um, so I don't
Down,
know.
down, down
I've
the road.
every time.
Well, we could do a whole
Sorry.
episode on that. Woo,
I'm like,
honey.
wrong one there. Um, so I don't know. In California, I've never not seen the effect happen.
Okay.
So either I've just gotten really
Mm.
lucky,
I'm wondering why he wasn't put there in Walt Disney World. I'm guessing it's just not enough space or something.
I don't know. I was
What,
looking
when you're coming out?
Yeah, I was looking and I was like, I don't know why they didn't put him here.
Is there another space available in the Disney World version that you would prefer to see him in?
I mean, I think he could. I think he could have gone pretty close to the same places he's at in California.
I have a question
Yeah.
about his
Okay.
position in California. When you come out of the attic, is he like standing there, or is he down where like the dude and the dog is?
No, he's up on the same level as the
Yeah,
attic.
you see him before you fall.
But see,
Wait,
I'm wondering
that's
if he's too
foreshadowing.
close to Constance.
Huh?
He would be right next to Constance if they did that.
In
Okay.
Walt Disney World. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, till death do you part.
Till death do us part.
Don't stick her with him.
She's not stuck with him.
Not anymore.
Also, another issue, and this kind of made me go, they got a point. Another foreshadowing moment. The ghosts don't appear until we have a seance, and we haven't gotten to a seance yet on the ride.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are kind of disgruntled with that, and I was like, you know what? You have a point. You have a good
Yeah.
point. So
Wait, what? We did have a seance.
not yet.
Not before.
Not Disney World. You're
not
not.
before the.
You're not there yet. You're not there yet. have not-
Oh. Okay, never mind. I was further along in the story. That is true.
Are
It does
you?
not make sense that we would see him. That is very true.
Yeah.
Hi,
Brittney's
I'm
looking-
new here.
It's her first day, and she's looking at the eclipse. It's fine.
What's the haunted
Something's
mansion? I
slow,
don't know.
but it's not the ride.
Okay. Something slow and it ain't haunted mansion.
Something slow, and it ain't haunted mansion. Right. Well, there we go. We had the Hatbox Ghost. At least, I guess, at least we have him at Disney World. I mean, at least we have him. There we go.
Also, since we always have to add in like weird things we're attracted to, the Hatbox Ghost could get it.
Oh my goodness.
So,
What are your list of
Yeah.
standards,
Um,
Brittney?
You don't even have to be alive.
you don't have to have a face. You don't have to be alive. Like,
I'm like,
You're welcome,
everyone.
everyone.
I never looked at that face in the hat box and was like, damn. Like, I
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm trying to be kept in the haunted mansion, okay? I'm trying to be kept.
well, in that case, you should get with Master Gracie, but he's taken. So,
Is that yours, I
Oh.
guess?
Apparently, several women with all these children.
okay.
Okay.
oh
all
my
these-
goodness.
Brittany's just like, yeah, let me get with the Hatbox Ghost. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
and what of it? What about it? That's my man. I'm going to stick beside it.
That's
Oh
your
man.
And you're going to stick beside him.
I'm going to stick beside
I'm
him.
going to stick beside him. Woo. So, well, all right.
Wow.
That took a hard left. And,
And you're
you
welcome.
know, after you see Mr. Hatbox Ghost and that clock that has 13 for some reason, and Mr. Oh, let me out of here. We reached the actual seance
That sounded
room.
like an orgasm a little bit.
Okay. I was like, is that what he sounds like, Jack?
Oh, God.
Is that what he
At least I'm not orgasming over the Hatbox Ghost, okay?
Well,
oh my gosh.
I don't have a response to that, so.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I like how April's
I
just
am
like
over here
back
with-
scratching.
I'm over here with Chernabog, but that's
no.
fine.
Okay.
Anyway, so we've reached the next part of the ride, and a lot of people's favorite character, Miss Madame Leota, who is here to give us a little seance, and with that, Miss Nicole is here to spill all the tea on her.
All right. So, if you've ridden the Haunted Mansion, certainly you have seen Madame Leota, who is the disembodied head that speaks from inside a crystal ball. Madame Leota's face was actually based on the face of Leota Lee Toombs Thomas, who was a member of what is now known as Walt Disney Imagineering. I thought that was very interesting, and it's not lost on me that her last name is Toombs. I also think that's very cool. But anyway, she began her career in the ink and paint department at the Walt Disney Studios in 1940 and then transferred to the animation department, where she ultimately left for a period of time to raise her children. But in 1962, she returned to WED Enterprises, which is known today as Walt Disney Imagineering. So she created and developed designs for the 1964-65 New York World's Fair. She also played pivotal roles in the creation of It's a Small World. I know. It's not everyone's favorite. Great moments with Mr. Lincoln and Ford's Magic Skyway. After the conclusion of the World's Fair, Lee transferred her talents to some of the most beloved attractions at Disneyland, including Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm just kidding. Caribbean.
What?
And the Haunted Mansion.
The Caribbean, darling. The Caribbean.
So they actually used her face and built the mask to match her face. And April has an interesting tidbit about California that I'll let her speak on in a moment. But she relocated to Walt Disney World in 1971 to start up the on-site team that would maintain the shows and attractions for the new park in Florida. And then she returned to California in 1979, where she worked in several capacities for Disney, and she passed away in December of 1991. So I don't know if there's any other characters that were based off of an actual employee of Disney, but I thought that was very interesting, and I didn't know that until I dove in to research Madame Leota. So as for the ride at Walt Disney World, in the Liberty Square Mansion's family pot, Madame Leota is given a tombstone, and it reads, "Dear sweet Leota, beloved by all in regions beyond now, but having a ball." This tombstone alludes to Madame Leota either having been part of or close to the family who owned the Haunted Mansion. Well, no shit, because they had an illegitimate child, right? So it's all
Okay.
coming
Yes, sir.
together. But she was part of the family so much so that she had her own boudoir within the estate, and that she was buried in the Manners family plot. Madame Leota's past is also significantly expanded from outside of the mansion's grounds, as there is a shop called Memento Mori, which is said to have been Madame Leota's home from back when she was a mortal. She is also said to have been a witch who fled from Salem during the infamous witch trials, which would mean that Madame Leota would have been alive during the 1690s. She is also showed to have been in possession of multiple magical items, such as a camera that's capable of capturing spirit photography, several potions, a bottled up glowing spirit, and a mirror which Madame Leota's ghost uses to watch over her former abode from the Haunted Mansion. In this shot, yeah, so she's keeping an eye on things.
Girl, can I get some of them potions? What they do?
I'm for real.
Okay.
Right? We all need the weight loss one. That's what I've decided.
Okay. Yes, please.
Yeah, but call us out like that.
She also
Maybe we should go
listen,
to the gym.
I included myself. It's fine. Everything's fine. Let's see. She also appears in a portrait which depicts her holding a skull while standing in front of a table with tarot cards, her black crystal ball, and her, what is that, tome alongside a black cat and the raven. The portrait is a changing portrait with more supernatural aspects phasing in and out of the picture, with her crystal ball occasionally displaying her face.
We stand Madame Leota. Yes.
I'm serious.
Queen.
Yes.
So I kept it Disney World. Disneyland's version is a little different, but April had some interesting stuff about Lee's grandchildren. If April, you want to chime in and talk about that for a second.
April.
Sure. So, Lee, as you said, was the face and the voice of Madame Leota inside the crystal ball. And her daughter, who was also an Imagineer, after her mother passed, she would take her kids, so Leota's or Lee's grandkids, through the Haunted Mansion, and as they would go by the seance room, she would tell her kids, look, there's grandma, say hi to grandma. And she said
That's not
that she said that
terrifying
she
at
would
all.
always she said that she would always get weird looks from, other people in
There's
on the
grandma.
ride, like why are you telling your children that that's grandma?
Because
So,
it
but
actually is.
But she said it was so nice, that she could go to the Haunted Mansion and see her mother whenever, pretty much whenever she
Aw.
wanted to.
I
That's
love
nice.
that.
Yeah.
So that's just a little fun fact.
Yay, Madame Leota.
I know.
All right, well, now that she has awakened all the spirits, all 999 of them, you continue on and we enter the ballroom, and the terrifying Tionni will tell us all about that.
Oh, wow, that was wonderful alliteration. All right. So as I was doing my research, I found out that the ballroom is also known as the Grand Hall. In this scene, the Doombuggies pass by a ballroom depicting ghost dancing in midair. The ballroom dancers appear in every version of the Haunted Mansion, including Phantom Manor in Paris. And Phantom Manor, the ghosts in the ballroom are said to be the wedding guests of Melanie Ravenswood's tragic wedding, where you'll see a rotting cake and the groom is noticeably missing. So I'm guessing the tragedy is the groom. I don't know. Wouldn't he be a
Oh.
ghost? Maybe his business is finished.
Oh.
I don't know.
Somebody's coming for us.
Right. But the dancers always appear in the Grand Hall in all locations, where they are paired up into 6 couples with one man and one woman dancing in circles to the organist who is playing a waltz version of Grim Grinning Ghosts. In Disney World, a birthday party scene is also taking place at a long dining table where you can see decaying flowers and dusty silverware, and a girl is blowing out candles, and every time she blows out the candles, the guests at the table disappear and reappear. There are also 2 ghosts that come out of the portrait to shoot at each other, while ghosts, including Pickwick, frolic around the chandeliers above the ballroom. An old woman is seen in a rocking chair reappearing and disappearing, and several ghosts drift into the hall from a hearse parked in the doorway, while wraith-like phantoms fly in and out through the broken windows. I always like those ghosts coming in and out like that. There's something like a little creepy about this scene, even though it's not like, to me, Haunted Mansions is not like scary, but it's just the whole scene is just so, how, like it's storming outside, it's very windy. It just gives that great creepy feeling that I love. Okay, so for this ballroom scene, there's a very famous illusion that Disney likes to use in a lot of their rides, and it's called the Pepper's Ghost illusion, which is the most common illusion found on Disney rides. The Haunted Mansion is the most talked about example of this illusion, and it is the largest Pepper's Ghost setup there is. I am not sure why it's called Pepper's Ghost. If you all know why that is, please interject.
I'm not sure. I've always wondered that myself. Maybe we'll
Right.
look that up
Okay.
for a later podcast.
Yeah, I just thought about it
I
as I was explaining it. I was like, wait, I don't even know why it's called Pepper's Ghost. You know, April?
I do.
Oh, yay!
Okay,
April
well-
to the rescue.
Well, let me explain the illusion, and then you can tell us the backstory of why it's called that. So, this illusion has been around since 1862, and it uses just a piece of glass and a reflection to achieve the visual effect. So, it's a very simple illusion. The Imagineers use a large pane of glass that extends 30 by 90 feet in front of the scene, and that had to be airlifted in. Hidden above and below, you see the physical ghost animatronics that they place against a black backdrop. And when they're illuminated, the image is reflected onto the glass and creates a composite of the spirits in the physical room in front of you. So it's essentially a reflection. And it's like a very simple illusion. If April, you want to jump in and explain why it's called Pepper's Ghost.
So what I have is that Pepper's Ghost is actually named for the person who discovered it and created it, and his name was John Henry Pepper. He discovered the reflection, looking like a ghost type thing. It just said back in the 1800s. John Henry was a illusionist / magician type person.
Okay. That's pretty cool. All right, that makes sense that it was named after the person that
Right.
discovered it.
I was like, well, now we know.
Yep.
Yep. Not too super exciting, but kind of interesting.
but it's good to
though.
know. Yeah, it's
Especially
super cool.
since it's been around since the 1800s. That's crazy.
And it still
Yeah.
has the same effect, you know,
Right?
like it's still pretty cool. You're wondering how
just-
they did that.
Right.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
Yeah. So a very simple illusion, but it still looks great in 2024. So that's very cool. The little things I found, the pipe organ on the far left of the scene is the original prop from the 1954 film 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Neat.
And I don't know if this is true. It's a rumor, but they say this book in the ballroom scene is like an overdue library book that a cast member left in the. I was like, this sounds ridiculous.
Unacceptable.
Right? You just leave.
In case anybody doesn't know, Brittney is a librarian.
Oh, right. I was like, wow, she's really offended by this.
I'm about to try to go in there and be like, I got to get this back. Okay.
This book is overdue.
You're gonna return it to UCLA when we go.
Yeah, I will.
That's going to be the purpose of our trip.
Well,
I'm gonna take
as
it
a
in there. I'm
librarian,
gonna put it on the circ desk and be like, "You're welcome."
as a librarian, you know this book is not in rotation anymore and has already been like kicked out of the catalog.
That thing is gone.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's all I have for the ballroom. Apparently you can go on this tour called, I think it's Marceline to Magic Kingdom. It's kind of VIP tour where you can go under the haunted mansion and they talk in depth about this illusion and they show you exactly how it's done. And that seems to be one of the favorite portions of that tour. So
yeah, I really want to do that tour at some point.
And how much does that cost?
I think it's like 130 or something like that.
$130?
Yeah, and it's I think it's like I don't know. I can't remember if I think there's a 4-hour tour and an 8-hour tour, and you get a pin and everything. I forget the details of it. We'll have to discuss that at some point on these podcasts.
Yeah, if it's only $130, then why not?
It might have gone up since I last looked at it.
It's probably like $3,000.
I remember it took a while for it to come back after COVID.
Yeah, it's one of those, like couple-hour tours, so it's not like a whole day thing.
Does it still exist? I'm like quickly doing a quick Google search and I'm like, I don't know if this is a thing anymore.
I hope so. I want to do it.
I'm sure they have another form of a VIP tour if it's not this. We will come back with that. We are travel agents. We will come back with that very specific information and be knowledgeable about it.
Yes. We know what's going on.
Yeah, we know exactly what VIP tours you can take at Disney World.
Well, now that we've done one of the best scenes in the mansion, we afterwards go up to the attic where a jilted lover resides. And here we have Brittney with all the gossip about a bride who is ready to live unhappily ever after.
Also known as the best part of the ride. Thank you so much. So we're going to go up to the dusty attic and we're going to go meet our girl. Her name is Constance Hatchaway, which honestly, if you are going to murder your husbands and your last name is Hatchaway, you just kind of got to do it with a hatchet, right? It wouldn't work if she had like a knife. It's not Constance Knife Away. But I'll be here all night. So Constance is also known as the Black Widow Bride. And her lore kind of...
And you've already seen her, if you were paying attention, in the stretching room.
Well, why don't you just do this section then, Jack?
I knew that was coming.
Oh, God, there's going to be a fight.
So Constance is actually seen in a couple of the different Haunted Mansions. She's, of course, in... Disney World in Florida. She's in Disneyland, correct, April?
Yes, Constance is there.
And I believe she is also in Tokyo Disney Sea. So she is arguably the most villainous.
Yes, she is in Tokyo.
Okay, cool. She is arguably the most villainous and dangerous presence that is on the
Ooh.
ride. She did murder 5 men who probably all had it coming, but she cut
They
all their
had
heads
it
off.
coming.
And as you go through the attic, you're going to see pictures of Constance with her ex-husbands and wedding gifts and other belongings that they had together. As you're going through, you hear her do her little spiel, which includes things like, I do, I did. And she's just admitting over and over pretty much that she murdered everybody. And once you get to the end of the attic, you get to see her standing there with her hatchet, and she is very ethereal and glowy, and she's always pictured in like a blue kind of hue. And a lot of times she's pictured with a glowing red beating heart. So she is also very heavily inspired by the real life ghost called the Lady of Rainham Hall, which is kind of cool. She is also a revamped version of the original bride character that was introduced in 2006. And the attic that we have now was also redesigned in 2006. So they decided to kind of go darker with Constance and with the bride, which I personally love. The darker the better, make it creepy. She in her life was a beautiful woman. Her goal was to obtain wealth and luxury, like same girl. I'm not doing a great job at it, but same. But she accomplished this by marrying several rich men. So she married bankers, businessmen, farmers, and barons. She knew what she was doing. But she literally murdered them like right after the wedding.
She's
Like
not,
she
I
had no
mean,
time.
in any other situation, this woman would have been in jail immediately.
Right.
Well, they say she was never punished because there was never like enough evidence. And like back in the day, they didn't have like DNA.
Okay. All right.
But the public did dub her the Black Widow Bride. So I think everybody like knew, but she was like wealthy elite, so they couldn't really do anything about it.
So
whenever there's go Jack, go.
Did she just murder them immediately just so she could have the money?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So whenever there's a story like this, I'm just like, who's the idiot second man, the third, the fourth, the fifth?
Okay.
Well, she was very pretty.
Beautiful.
She was very pretty.
She'll love me,
Also,
not him.
I can change her.
Right.
Okay. Also, the original attic was literally just like an area that was black lights and had ghosts that would pop up and scare you as you're riding, and then the bride would be in the corner and you could see the red heart, but there was no like real story or anything about her. And like I said, in 2006 they brought in the whole like Constance theory, and part of her character originated from Mark Davis, who designed the stretching room portrait of the old woman that Jack was just talking about. And that's they kind of linked those two characters together. So that is Constance when she's older. You can see that she never got in trouble and she is just chilling on gravestones as one does when they retire. And her final husband, he actually was one of the many owners of the Haunted Mansion. His last name, interesting, is Hightower, and he was related to Harrison Hightower III. Follow me, okay? The owner of Hotel Hightower, which is in Tokyo Disney Sea, which is their version of Tower of Terror.
I love it.
Isn't that crazy?
I love it. Yes.
So
we have to go to Disney Tokyo, right? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So she actually inherited the mansion because after she murdered him, she was like, I'm good. I have enough money. Like, this is great. So she inherited the mansion and she was just living there, chilling on tombstones. And then she died. And most people think it was because of her old age. But when she died, her spirit became enveloped by her sadistic, homicidal side, and she became a permanent resident of the mansion's attic, which would kind of like piss me off. Like, this is my house and y'all put me in the attic?
I always
Absolutely
wondered
not.
why she was in the attic. I always wondered
I guess
that.
it's because that's where she stored all her
Things.
wedding shit. So they were
Hey,
like,
you got away
I
with
guess all the
murder
other ghosts is
5
like,
times.
bitch, get up there
Just-
because all your shit's up there.
You got away with murder.
Anyways,
You got away with murder
so-
5 times. Just go in the attic, you know.
Right.
Okay,
bye.
we can't be having you like knocking people's heads off. But back to Tokyo. Back to Tokyo. It's really cool what they did with her. She was just called the Attic Bride, and then they made her Constance. And she's actually like, around her, she has her page from the ghost registry that is partially burnt. And it's supposed to be suggesting that she stole that page to destroy the incriminating evidence of her mortal misdeeds. So, like, I guess the other ghosts would know
Ooh.
about it. I only have a couple more things, y'all. Sorry, I'm hype about Constance. I love her. In the attic, you can still hear the beating heart noise. So make sure that you're listening when you're going through. You'll hear her talking, and in the background, you hear her beating heart. You can sometimes see her in the parks. She comes out usually around like Halloween. She's been in parades and in some meet and greet appearances. She is in a float in the Boo to You Halloween parade at Magic Kingdom. And April, correct me if I'm wrong, she's in the Frightfully Fun parade at Disneyland. And a fun fact about her and the Haunted Mansion is, if you're outside the Haunted Mansion, there is a wedding ring that is engraved in the pavement, and it is supposed to be Constance's wedding ring. So if we
We've got
go,
to find that.
yes. So if we go back up to the attic and we've gone all the way through and we're seeing Constance, you're going to go out of the attic, you're going to turn, and you're going to lean back on your back and sort of fall away from the window. And there are several theories about this. One is that you have escaped from Constance and you're like climbing down to get out of the attic. I don't like that one, and therefore I will not abide by it. So I think what's happening is Constance kicked you out of her attic and you have fallen, and now you're sitting there dead on the ground outside of the
Oh
graveyard.
wow.
That's the one I like too. I think that's what's going on.
And it makes more sense with what's coming up as well.
I did not know that theory, and ever since you mentioned it, I was like, oh, that does make sense.
Right? Jack, do you want me to say why it makes sense?
Yes.
Or wait? Okay. Right after you do the little falling portion, you do see the groundskeeper and the dog, who both look very concerned. And once you head into the graveyard, instead of seeing the like ethereal versions of the ghosts, you're seeing them very solid in front of you now, as if you are one of them.
And now you are in the graveyard of the Haunted Mansion, where all these grim and grinning ghosts are coming out to socialize with you. They're welcoming you as one of their own. And with that, anybody have any kind of feeling any kind of way about the graveyard scene? You love it, you hate it?
If you're gonna get stuck, you're gonna get stuck here. Always. We always get stuck here.
There is one complaint I have, and I'm sure it was a little Tommy got scared. Why are you doing this? There was a something that came out from behind a gravestone. One of the ghosts popped out, and it scared Brittney every time, and I loved it. And then they took that away.
Oh
yeah.
So
because it was like a jump scare, so they took it out.
Yeah, and all it was a ghost coming up out from behind a gravestone. I was like, really? They took that out? All right.
Little Tommy couldn't handle that, Jack.
Okay, my child is traumatized for life now.
I have to protect my family.
Okay, those ghosts are dangerous. And there is one grave that has lots of cats on it, so hopefully I will be laid to rest there. I do like the bust that are singing.
Oh yeah,
the grinning ghosts.
Yeah, that's classic. Yeah,
I like the way that they have the trees positioned. Not so much. I didn't see it so much in Disney World yesterday, but at Disneyland, they kind of like definitely kind of come over like the whole area where you're going down, and they're just some spooky trees, and I really like that.
I
Oh,
can't wait to
nice.
see the differences at Disneyland and the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah,
I am so
same.
excited about that.
Oh my god! Well, you're gonna see like Nightmare Before Christmas everywhere.
I know.
It's
Uh,
amazing.
so
Yeah, but
lucky.
you'll still be able to see some of the original part of the mansion.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. I think the graveyard scene is like I just like I just like the vibes of it all. Like just how creepy
Mhm.
it is and like
Yeah.
how full it is. Like they really left no section empty. Like every single area of that graveyard has something and it feels like you're in a graveyard.
Yeah, they're
So
having a
like it
big party.
right, and it's
Yeah.
kind of like it's supposed to, it's a graveyard. Nobody wants to hang out in one, but I kind of want to hang out in that one.
Speak for yourself. I love it. No.
Oh.
You love hanging out in graveyards?
Like old creepy ones, so much fun.
Okay.
He does not do that with
Um,
me. Let me just tell you.
Okay.
Well,
I got too
I
much
haven't
done
melanin
that
in
in
my
a
skin
while.
for that.
I
Brittney,
have.
I was just about to say, is that the black side of you?
That's the black side of me. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. What?
I will have to tell y'all a story of back in the day when me and a bunch of other gays wandered into an old cemetery. We had a Ouija board. It's
What
Oh
in
no,
the
we don't
world?
even touch Ouija boards.
Okay, what is
Don't-
wrong with you?
I can't even enter my home.
But do
my
you have time?
hands.
How much time do you have?
Oh my god. I can't be friends with you anymore.
It's the devil. It's evil, Brittany.
He's over here
Oh,
playing with
I
Ouija
also-
boards.
I'll pray for you, Jack.
boards. Yes, pray for me. I've stumbled. Brittany's causing me to stumble, y'all.
Oops.
But I also
Her fault.
appreciate the opera singer.
Yes, she's my
And
favorite.
she's just wailing.
She's whistle noting it back there.
Like, okay. She's like Ariana who? What? Mariah
Okay.
Carey who?
So, yesterday when I was there, I didn't realize that part of your Halloween layover, area was that you had ghosts in your outside graveyard. The one that I got to see was the opera singer. So it was.
Yes, I'm so jealous.
Oh, so you
That
mean like
was-
the character meet and greet?
Yes.
Well, they were kind of.
For the not so scary party, they come out
Yeah.
on the lawn.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, to wrap this all up, once you are through the graveyard, you will run into these three little mischievous hitchhikers, which April's going to tell us all about them.
Yep. So in life, there were three hitchhikers. One's name was Ezra, who is the tallest of the trio. And so he lived his life as a vagabond, so kind of a wandering person. Gus was a prisoner who served most of his time for a crime that he did not commit. And in the afterlife, he still has his ball and chain. And then Phineas Plump traveled the country hawking snake oil at train depots, and he passed away while experimenting with a new concoction. And he keeps his trusty carpet bag nearby, always eager to make another sale. This is probably my favorite part of the mansion. While Disneyland still uses a Pepper's Ghost to place the hitchhiker in your doom buggy, the Magic Kingdom's effects were recently changed to digitally animated projections, which allows the hitchhikers to move around your buggy and engage in comical behaviors. The one I got last night, I didn't know that happened. So I got the one that takes his head off and puts it onto your head, and
Oh,
takes
yeah.
your head and puts it onto his head. I was dying. I was laughing so hard. And then I started looking at everybody else's, and I had no idea that was, one of the things. So Even though I did miss Phineas, who is my favorite, yesterday, it was just so amazing. The digital projections are super cool.
Yeah, I love that edition.
Yeah, I had no idea, so I was just expecting, the normal, oh, he's sitting next to me, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, when they did that, I was just like, what?
All right.
So,
well,
and had it not been a 55-minute wait at the Halloween party, I probably would have gone on it again.
that is crazy, y'all. Don't waste your Halloween party waiting for the Haunted Mansion. It's always there. Or at least do it from like the 4 to 7 part. So, well, I think that about does it. Does anybody have any final thoughts about the Haunted Mansion? Any like personal stories you want to tell? I have so many.
Should I
like
tell my
Brittney's
personal
story. Yes, I love your story with your mom in the Haunted Mansion.
Okay, so me and my mom went to Disney when I was like really young. And I was like scared of everything when I was little, okay, which is crazy because I love like horror and scary things now. But I cried through the whole thing. And we get to the end. Like it was like gross crying too. I mean, I was like wailing crying. God, that had to be obnoxious for everybody trying to ride this. And I remember we got to the part with the dog, and my mom goes, "There's a dog over there," and I said, "What does he look like?" And she goes, "You can see his bones," and I was like, "Ah!" and then we get to the end, and the ghost host says, "And a ghost will follow you home," and my mom goes, "I rebuke that in the name of Jesus." So now every time we hear that, me and Jack look at each other and go, "I rebuke that in the name of Jesus."
Rebuke that in the name of Jesus.
I will not have a ghost following me home.
But I mean, they can follow me home. I don't care.
Oh God,
that's hilarious.
Of course
that checks.
The Hatbox ghost. Follow me home.
I'm just trying to. Oh my God.
I was about to. Wow, Brittany. I was about to say, apparently Jack likes demons to follow him home.
Oh.
He does. That's accurate.
Oh, wait. That's what he's trying to get from the Ouija board. That demon from Fantasia.
Okay. So, okay. Chernabog. Hey, what's up, Daddy?
Oh, my. I don't want to hear anything about me and the Hatbox Ghost.
Oh my god!
Come on, the wings and the horns. Come on, y'all.
Nah.
It's just yes, please. I mean, like it's
this
hot,
is the only Disney podcast where we'll refer to a character as Daddy.
I'm serious. They're all daddies, just different stuff, right?
There are a few daddies in the Disney world.
Can we do an episode on daddies of the Disney World?
I mean, top 5 daddies.
Yes. Top 5 Disney daddies. Y'all let us know. You want it?
Well, as you're leaving the Haunted Mansion and you see Brittney and the Hatbox Ghost skip off together, make sure you check out the grays on the left-hand side. I think they're pretty comical. And then there's also a pet cemetery there, if y'all haven't noticed.
Oh. And
you might notice somebody who has been retired from Disney World but still exists in Disneyland in that pet cemetery. Mr. Toad, you can take me to hell anytime. It's fine.
What? Okay.
Wait, are we
Toad Daddy now? What is going
No,
on here?
There's no Toad Daddy, but Toad
like a
can
platonic
get me to
way.
Corn Daddy.
Corn Daddy.
Oh my god.
Corn. I thought you said Corn Daddy.
It's corn.
It
It has juice. Oh wait, let's
Corn
stop.
Daddy.
Okay. Anyway, now that we've gone completely off the rails, I'm gonna go ahead and end the podcast. Don't press stop, because I will press stop for you, and a ghost will follow you home.
I rebuke that in the name of Jesus.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the show. You have earned your Haunted Mansion stamp. Ooh. Ooh, I'm a ghost.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, and TikTok. Just search the Portkey Passport. Drop us a line at passport@portkeyvacations.com. Listen and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Plan your next adventure by contacting your favorite Portkey Passport member at portkeyvacations.com. And don't forget to check out our sister podcast on the UUOP network, the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, Rush of Fear Halloween Horror Nights podcast, Taste of Universal, Universal Orlando Food podcast, and Theme Park Duo for West Coast news and updates.
Your passport, please.